What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is Rexsi here. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We have some very exciting news. I'm going to be reacting to it today. Hires has been talking about it a lot, and they want creators to see as well, as they have officially announced the entire 50 gods that are coming, like, upwards to January. There was lots of speculation. There was lots of, data mining that was correct, that was incorrect. People don't know what's what, because things can, be subject to change very easily. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and check it out. As we know, Ullr was confirmed, so very excited about that, of course. But let's get to it. So, this is the Titan
hello, and
dev talk. If you guys know what that is just like the Titan talk. Or they say, like, talk to a... Don't even start. Don't get chat riled up. So, they essentially are going to be going over the roadmap of everything, not just the gods, but other things that are coming as well, if I'm not mistaken.
Welcome to another edition of Titan Talk, and I don't think this is the camera angle I want to be on.
It's just a lot of me.
There's a lot of kill
There's way more of me than we need in this.
1 second.
I feel that, bro.
Let me get us right. There we go.
I just got a bunch of new
We're
stuff
looking
in.
good now. Welcome to
Cat
another
cam.
edition of Titan Talk. We got really exciting show today. If you've been paying attention to our social media channels, you may have deduced that today we are going to be going over the god release map for Smite 2 and the first 50 gods joining the roster.
Yeah, we're going to be covering the first 50. I know this has been a big question for a long time for the community, but we wanted to make sure that the list was in a good enough place and we felt comfortable enough in the information that we were sharing that things weren't going to super change. So yeah, we're excited to run through the list today and
I'm hyped.
do some reveals. So
It's gonna be a really exciting show.
Charging, this is a video.
Lots of drum rolls, but before we get into it,
Oh, Chris.
did want to just call out. We had a patch go live this morning.
Thank you very much for the raid, my friend. Sorry, I'm in the middle of recording a video on the new 50 gods that are coming into Smite 2, as they wanted us to react to and stuff like that, so I thought, you know what?
To fix an issue.
Let's
with
do
Odin,
it. I'm excited. But thank you for the raid, man. I hope you had a good
guess it was
stream.
stealth buff. We made a change to
Surprise.
Odin and we forgot.
That was
to
great.
include the patch notes in the
I
chat.
might have
It's gonna
said
be in
something
the
on
patch
Twitter,
notes that
but
go live
just
whenever
gonna
we're posting
reacting
live.
to it.
But we added back Odin's ultimate passive to where if he kills an enemy inside the cage, he gains stacks of strength.
But only a god,
Yes.
which was what the bug was. Because if you would kill a minion inside of your cage,
Jesus.
you were also gaining stacks of strength.
And that was
not
too
good.
busted.
Yeah. So we brought that back. I think it was something that we were missing. We were experimenting with changing it up because it is kind of a niche thing that is sometimes hard to.
Okay.
That was yeah.
So-
Let's talk about the
You
gods.
want handy dandy laptop.
But we're going to be talking about it in my special way
Yes.
of talking.
onto PTS for a couple hours to try out all the new characters. But speaking of new characters, we got a lot to talk about today.
Yeah, we do have a lot to talk about.
I'm going to pull up the handy dandy laptop.
But we're going to be talking about it in my special way
Yes.
of talking about things. So
Dun, 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 dun.
maybe we should just hide ourselves.
Yeah, I'm just gonna,
Is this a
Yeah, we'll just hide ourselves.
fucking
Hide ourselves.
PowerPoint?
Yeah. So
Hold on. I'm gonna maybe move myself a little smaller up here. Okay, so we got ourselves a PowerPoint here.
I figured the best way to go through this list of gods was with a PowerPoint.
Yes.
Because I love making PowerPoints and I love GIFs. So there's going to be a lot of dumb GIFs in a PowerPoint.
Be easier to do this.
Because my passion is graphic design. So so let's go. Let's roll through
All
it.
right, cool.
So we're going to start off with just kind of a quick disclaimer.
Oh my god.
Things
I love
will
it.
change. Give it a click. Everything that we're going to talk about today is subject to change. I think I put subject to change on every slide in case y'all screenshot them. And
Okay, I'm
share them
assuming with subject to change, they just mean
y'all are welcome to do, but
changes to the
just
characters,
as
not
much as we can reiterate, and you who are watching,
not like the
can
roadmap,
let
'cause
people
that'd be a
know,
little weird,
like,
right?
This is our plan. We're sharing our plan with you, but everything can and does change.
yes.
Making gods is hard, right?
yeah.
To take long. Did that right? But 30 in September, before we went on this path to make gods faster, we were thinking we'd have around 30 gods in January, right? With this new push trying to get to 50, like 50 is still the number that we're trying to get to, but I just want to kind of reiterate that even if we get to 45 or 47 or something, we would consider this push to be a success, and it would set us up to continue to move more quickly on gods even after this push.
Yeah.
So this has overall been a success. We're also working on a lot of things that aren't gods, but I'm not going to tease all those today. So sorry, this is focused on the gods. I just want to say there is. I didn't waste a lot of time making this, other than generating the glitter text headers, because and as I said, that's me. Yeah, millennials. So on November 26th, we talked about these gods on the last update, but just officially confirming it here. The first god coming out on November 26th will be Cupid.
Yay!
Yeah, and Cupid also does have a model rework as part of this, so we're excited about that. Obviously, some gameplay changes as well, but pretty exciting.
Yep. Next up, we've got
Thor.
Iconic. People have been asking for Thor since the.
I
album
am
came
very
out, so
surprised that
super
it took
excited to get
them
into the game.
Yeah, I
this
think
long
he's like probably
to get
the
Thor
most
out personally.
iconic
Like,
Smite one
I
guy
think,
that's not
well,
in right now. So
honestly,
definitely-
it's not as big of a deal, I would say, right now, specifically because it's Thor and Poseidon.
Unleashing the Kraken just has always felt great.
Yep.
I was literally about to say, very known gods should be like, their go-to. As of right now, it's not a huge deal. I mean, for getting players involved in general. Like, yes, it is important to have them, but porting over like the most popular ones from Smite 1 would probably be the most important thing. And then before the complete release of Smite 2, I would say you need to get gods like Poseidon, Zeus, Thor, just really recognizable characters, like overall, just the ones that everyone would know, like, because everyone's watched Marvel, everyone knows Loki, like all the staple gods, like the ones that they used in the advertisement. You remember like original Smite 1 where they would advertise like Thor, and their first ever trailer was like gods like Afro and stuff like that, as opposed to very niche characters that no one really even knows, like Baron Samedi, Yamoja. Like, getting them out so quickly is nice and everything, and a lot of people play them in Smite 1, but I feel like a big selling point for Smite 1 for me and a lot of other people was seeing iconic characters that you know and love in like the modern day life, movies, just like old lore and mythology that are very commonplace, Like that first advertisement when there's like, this is not your typical MOBA, and it's like the overhead thing, and then you see Thor shoot up. It's like shit like that entice people because they're like, they know Thor. It's a battleground of the gods. You want to know the gods, right? At least a good chunk of them. So we got Aphrodite and Pele next. So I am happy that it seems like they're getting majority of the more known gods. But then there's difficult ones like Cthulhu, for example, that would just take so fucking long.
3 patches in a row of more junglers being added to the game. So we knew that you guys were starving out there, and we needed to, cook up some delicious meal here.
Yes, and Pele's gonna be fire.
Yep. And the last god in the December 10th update is Medusa.
There we go.
Yeah. So we need we timed that perfectly because
I am kind of excited for that.
Right before we revealed that, need more.
Definitely like Medusa.
Hey, look, we got more Hunter too.
But yeah, like, look at all these like gifts like this that are just recognizable from like Percy Jackson or something like that.
Been around for forever. Also, always a very popular.
You want things that people would see and be like, oh, that's kind of cool. I know that
She doesn't
god.
have the back pedal and side strafe movement penalties in the same way, so it feels really good to run around with her.
In my opinion, at least, I think that's what's really important for Smite 2. At least when it's like officially coming out. People that have never even heard of Smite.
Medusa, exciting. They're cooking up some interesting gameplay changes for her that I've seen. I think she's gonna look largely like she does, today, just updated.
Yep.
But yeah, exciting for December 10th. So
December 10th.
Kind of to reiterate, before the end of the year here.
So in 1 month from right now, we will have Khepri, Nemesis, Izanami, Cupid, Thor, Poseidon, Aphrodite, Pele, Medusa. Holy crap. Holy shit. That is 9 gods in a month. Like, well, they'll be releasing it in like 4 days, but like 1 month.
We've got 3 more.
Jesus.
Yep, we've got 9 more gods coming before the end of the year.
Thanks.
And that's pretty exciting.
Jesus, 9 gods.
Yeah. Sweet. So now let's talk.
Man, that
about
Afro gif is just going to town.
Cool.
we have holidays and blackouts. So this may come as a surprise to some of you, but we are indeed real people with families. And because we are real people with families, the devs are going to get a little bit of time off around Christmas and Thanksgiving. Get one more click.
You're not talking like a real anime animator.
We are not going to be working like over the week of Christmas or over the week of Thanksgiving, right? Also, the entire industry, again, maybe a surprise, is staffed by real people that has families. So if you click one more time, Microsoft and Sony actually will completely shut Black.
All right, we have families. I get it.
So
keep bragging. Okay, you have kids,
15th, new play for them to
wives.
also
Stop rubbing it in.
period as well. So because between December 10th or so, when that update with the
December 10th to early January, not even like a single god.
Around the time of the Vegas patch, it's going to be a little bit of a part of date, just the pros. We probably will be doing flash testing, be gods that are coming in January.
Yes.
So I've split these up into two kind of waves here for everybody to listen through. The January wave one is gods that we are near 100% confident right now will be in the game in January.
Yes.
They're in our
Oh God, please tell me Ullr's there.
Pipeline. Everything's looking really good.
Oh.
The gods that are in January wave 2 are gods that we are less confident will be in the game in January, but we're still working really hard to get them in the game for January.
Yeah.
And if they aren't in the game by January, they'll be in the game very shortly after in early February.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
So again, as I kind of said at the beginning of the game of the show today, if we get to 45, 47 gods in January and the next few come out in early February, I think we would still consider this a successful initiative of getting more gods in the game.
Yeah.
But I just want to give you guys that expectation where you know what to.
All right.
Wave one.
What is that font? I actually Googled.
I don't care. Show me Ullr, please.
January wave 1. Here we go. First god.
Yes.
Ullr.
Woo!
We
Thank God.
mentioned he was going to be the kind of the first stance swapper coming to the game.
Oh, he is the very first stance swapper.
He destroyed me in the dev playtest yesterday. And
I want to play him.
One of those really like high skill cap characters that adds something different to the hunter role.
Yeah.
So really excited to bring him to the game. He's also kind of been able to flex into other roles somewhat.
Yeah,
in the
we've
past.
seen Ullr mid, Ullr ADC, of course. Some Ull solo, I believe, solo or troll.
Yes.
Running that in SPL last year. So yeah, Flex Hunter, Stance Switcher. We had Ben on last week, showed off some of the model updates and stuff like that. So really exciting for Ullr to join the roster.
Yeah.
But next up, January wave.
What other are there any other like really high skill cap character? I'm trying to think of high skill cap characters in general. What are some other ones that were missing from Smite? Smite 1. There's like Rama ult, obviously. If you're thinking like difficult things to pull off, there's a mage that's not coming to mind. I mean, hell, I guess to a degree, but she's like kind of spammy heal. Hu Yi. True. I didn't even think about Hu Yi. Holy shit. I guess, is Ullr like the first one? King Arthur, kind of? I guess most stance switchers are a little more complicated. I'm surprised Ullr's the first stance switcher, though. Ullr is the first stance switcher over, first of all, King Arthur. But someone like Tyr? Like someone just easier? Like, I feel like he's one of the hardest characters.
Agni. I don't know if we've teased Agni at all.
No, we haven't.
Agni is looking good. Again, Agni also destroyed me yesterday. I was just on the wrong team. Agni, great mid laner. Kind of the artillery.
I hope they mix up his kit a little bit.
Has a little bit more range, a different play style than any mid laner we have right now. Also has a dash, which is a little bit more of a mobile mid laner.
Yeah, I was
going to
call out so far. Right now we have a lot of mid laners that don't have a ton of mobility, so getting Agni into the mix is going to add some spice for sure.
Yeah, so I'm excited about Agni. Chaos is also excited about Agni.
Nice.
So yeah, and then the third god in January wave 1,
my favorite,
Mulan. We had the vote a while ago where y'all said that the version of Mulan with the mask is going to be the default art kind of going forward.
Hell yeah.
So we're excited about that. Mulan, also an incredibly popular solo laner across all levels of play. Maybe not the top 1% SPL, but in everything up until then, she's incredibly popular.
SPL is fucking irrelevant in my opinion. Like in terms of popularity and stuff like that. Who cares how much someone plays something during the SPL? At least right now. Like right now we should be talking about getting characters into the game that people know and like to transfer them over to Smite 2. I think that matters a lot more. And then
Geb, very exciting.
I don't think that's as
being able
important.
to shield people, add a little bit more of a true support to
there
the game.
needs to be, in my opinion, there needs to be more ways to deal with shields right now, dude. Holy shit.
In Smite 1.
It's like nothing to counter shields.
Also, there was a Geb on the other team.
Emojis are crazy.
It was just kind of a wave of these.
You're just getting destroyed in playtest.
It was a bad playtest.
Yeah.
But
I'm excited to see Geb's model in UE5.
Unstoppable. These things happen. But yeah, very excited. And then the last god in the January Wave 1 is going to be Fenrir. No, so there's going to be an all-new god in this wave, right? We are not going to confirm who that all-new god is today. I'm sure a lot of you have read data mining about who that god is going to be.
We all know who it is.
We just aren't ready to make a formal statement about that yet.
We all
working
know
on
who
it.
it is.
We're going to have more to talk about that soon, but there will be an all-new god as part of that first wave.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to January Wave 2.
Yes. So just to reiterate, these are the gods that we are almost 100% sure will be in the early January release that we put out. This next group of gods, we are fairly confident will make
Thank God Eller's in fucking Wave 1, dude. Let's go.
Slip a little bit. They may come a little bit later.
Yeah.
So.
All right. I will move us along here.
Fenrir 2 is hype.
Fenrir 2
chat's
is
on board.
hype. Yeah. All right. January Wave 2. Our first god in this wave is
Hoonbots. Yeah.
An OG.
I'm excited for that.
OG. I remember
A lot of gods I like to play, thank God.
Happy New Year.
The only main that I'm missing really is like Hell and Rama.
Honestly, maybe my most played jungler.
Yeah.
And Hui.
Because I'm not good and I like big circles.
Hey,
but I love Hoonbots. I think that he is, when you're looking at like iconic Smite characters, we talked about Thor a little while ago. I think Hoonbots is another one of those iconic Smite gameplay characters that like a lot of the game is kind of shaped around the way he plays, right? I found this GIF online and I loved it.
I want to Smite.
Yeah, and he's gonna get to Smite.
Too.
So yeah, pretty exciting about that.
All right, next up we have Achilles.
That's a good one.
Achilles, another great solo laner, another execute. We just got more executes in the game, I guess. And really fun to play. Yeah. Right. I know that they're looking at. I think one of his abilities they're thinking about maybe changing up a little bit as part of the +1 stuff and whatnot. But I think that he is a very fun character to add to the game. Yeah. Another good
changes
solo
too.
And somebody
really
that
big
really
name recognition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, right. Really name recognition. That's what I'm talking about.
I just love the combat dodge that he has.
It's so good.
It's like the most fun.
Hey, that's that 8-way dodge we were talking about the other show. Because the next guy.
Being able to go up in the air.
Fuck
and hit
yes.
those snipes,
thank God. Okay, so the only one I'm missing now is Hui. Is he next?
Very exciting.
I can't wait for Rama snipes in Smite 2, dude. I'm making a full fat Uller montage, dude.
Don't have in Smite 2 yet. So Rama, when you think about a stem hunter, it's Ram. So
yes,
super exciting.
Thank God.
Smite 2.
Ram's also a very popular Hindu god.
I think Chaos was the one who was really like, we got to find a way to get him in.
Yeah.
So if you're a Ram enjoyer, thanks Chaos.
Yeah. There we go. All right, moving right along here. We've got 2 more in this wave. Next up, we have Cabrakan.
Cabrakan is maybe an interesting choice to people. Part of
I feel it's definitely interesting.
With this list, us able to move quickly, right, was a combination of like what gods could we implement relatively quickly with the tech that we had, right, and also like how did that balance out with player interest, right? And Cabrakan is actually like more popular than you would think. He had an incredibly bad launch.
Oh my God,
so
I didn't think about that.
Players were around when he launched kind of remember him as being like underwhelming or like not cool. But it was just
once they get all like they rush all these gods out and Smite 2 is actually free. I'm so excited to see gods like hopefully like Cthulhu and stuff like that in UE5. Oh my God.
3 roles.
Charon. A lot of the Guardians are so pretty.
Yeah. So I played
fucking Asha.
in the playtest.
I don't want to play him in Duel anymore. When are they gonna announce when Duel is? Hey.
So I'm excited for Cabrakan to be played by people better than me in the actual game.
Cool. All right. Last up for Wave 2.
What's the last god?
2
is
Oh, fuck off. Oh.
So Vulcan, again, I think pretty much all these gods are just like super iconic.
Yeah.
No,
Vulcan
Vulcan's not
is
fucking iconic.
one of our most
Festus
played
is more
characters.
iconic than Vulcan.
You
Fuck
gotta love
me,
throwing out the
man.
You gotta love throwing out the
I
big
know.
Earthshaker.
Oh, I
Yeah.
hate Vulcan.
It's
Earth-
Earthbreaker.
Earthquaker?
Yeah, I know, right? What?
Smasher?
Oh, I
don't know.
fucking hate
Big Circle
Vulcan.
Go Burr, as Lukey Pookie says in
Yes.
chat. Plus, dropping the little turrets. He just
Fuck pets, man.
Remove
Remove them from the game.
Smite 1, he's a god that you
Hate
can
pets.
any skill,
Mm-hmm.
and it was a reasonable
Oh,
choice to do. It wasn't
man.
like you always had to rank your 3 first, or it was like, no, depending on what the lane matchup was, you could.
No,
do
it'd just be you
different
max your
things.
2 and
It's
then
really
put
neat.
everything
So,
into it and just run away
One of
and
those characters that
never hit
when-
anything
when
but
you're
get top
hitting your
damage.
stuff, you just feel like the man or the woman or whoever.
Yeah.
But like whenever you get into that loop and you're hitting your stuff, he just feels so good to play and super fun to play. So
No.
really excited to get Vulcan
Disagreed.
for sure.
Yeah. And
Look at my high
so,
skill
I mean,
cap. You can high skill cap my
this is the first wave.
Yeah.
Right?
penis.
This was all part of our push to get to 50 gods kind of as quickly as possible.
Yeah.
And if you go to the next slide, I think I've got the kind of overview, in which
Damn, they're moving fast now. This will be at 40 in December. Thanks.
maybe is
Oh, Heartseeker, Soul Reaver turrets. Oh my god. And no one fucking high res. I bet it can crit too.
big enough for y'all to see on your screen at home. But this is kind of like the order of how we have released gods.
First
so
50
far, right?
gods.
And I think that you can see like the moment where we switched to this new trajectory and path, like we just started speeding up tremendously. The number of gods in the game has gone up a lot, right?
I think they realized around here that holy fuck, we need to add content to this game
And we're gonna get to this
before the
50
full
number
release.
pretty quickly. Yeah. And then we're gonna keep shipping a lot more gods.
That's like my big hope. Like that's honestly, I feel like that's what everyone's just waiting for. Full release, actual good amount of gods to play with. Thank you very much, Quitter, for the 5 gifts. Just
Really
something to keep you playing. Like they added finally, they just slowly been adding things like worshippers, the ranking system, profile loadouts, achievement, stuff like that. Something to work towards,
right. The plan is not to. I mean, we'll probably slow down a little.
Mastering
bit
lots
after
of
we get
different
attacked,
characters. All
but
that.
we aren't going to slow down to even the cadence that we thought we were on before,
Yeah.
right? We want to make sure that we keep going really quickly. Everybody has their personal favorite gods, which is the one problem with putting out this list,
I
right?
know.
Is that everybody's like, what about Mercury? What about like, I don't know. There's a lot of gods that come out of the chat.
Let's take a quick look at all the. So that's the list, by the way. Let's take a look at every single Smite one. Oh shit. Oh god, I can't type Smite. All Smite gods. My one key is broken. So, in terms of gods that I think we should have seen as opposed... In my opinion, I don't think... Gods we should have seen before other ones. We should have saw Hui before Izanami. This is also biased, personal preference, as well as, fan service, like in terms of not only the people that played Smite 1, but people that would recognize a god based on just seeing them alone. Like, I would much rather see Cerberus than Cabrakan. I like Cabrakan more than Cerberus, but I feel overall, Cerberus is just so much more recognizable. Like, personally, it's just... I feel like recognizability is so important when launching the game. Not only just for Smite 1 people. Like, they're obviously, they know more than me, but factoring in the mains of Smite 1 with new players. God, don't want Ganesha in there. Don't want Gilga. I love Hachiman, but I don't see him or Heimdall really coming in. Fuck off with Hera. We don't want Hera. Not a big fan of Ishtar. I feel like a lot of people want Janice, that's for sure. I bet he's a little difficult to program. Maybe. I don't know. They added Morgan. They already added Jing Wei. I'm assuming... Like, I feel like Guardians are such a big one. Me personally, like aesthetically, I hate playing Guardians, but I think aesthetic-wise, Guardians are the coolest looking characters in the game. You got fucking Cthulhu, Bake Kujira, not Ganesha, Jormungandr, Maui. Like, don't ever fucking add this character high res or I'm quitting, please. But yeah, we have the staple. They've added majority of the staple character gods now. They have like Sobek, Ra, Poseidon, Thor, Cupid. They have majority of them now too. Ymir. Nice. That was one of my worries, is that they'd do something like that. I'm surprised they added the emoji so quickly. Not excited for Vulcan. X-Bell's pretty boring. They'd have to switch them up a lot. Thoth, fuck off. That's the honest maybe. Wukong. I feel like a lot of people would like to see Wukong. I'm surprised Wukong's not here. I can understand Mulan over Wukong. And Achilles over Wukong, though, that's fair. I can't believe Scylla's not here in terms of popularity. Wow. Don't ever add Morgan Le Fay. Don't ever add Maman, please. Maybe, well, Joust. They haven't really announced when Joust is coming out. But you think they're gonna release like King Arthur alongside
every
Duel
god
or
is
Joust?
somebody's favorite, and this
I don't know if they have
like,
anything
push
more to
we've
talk
done
about.
has gotten us closer to getting your favorite god in the game.
Yeah.
Right? Because we were able to get through this list.
Well, that's about it for all the gods. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you are excited for some characters. Let me know in the comments your opinions, what you want to see, your thoughts on the roadmap, on my opinions as well. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Peace.